welcome to our podcast to futuristic workplaces and futuristic institutions. Today, the second interview at INNOArchitects, now with the founder Hannes and my colleague Amadeo. Welcome, guys.
Hi. Good morning.
Nice that you're here. And really good that you had the time. And I'm really interested, or also the people outside. Who are you, Hannes? What makes you special about your personality? And give some more insights about yourself.
That's an easy start for early in the morning. Who are you? Good question. So yes, I'm Hannes. I'm 48 now. What is special? He's special. Let me find it. I just become a dad. I think that changes a lot in my perspective.
Congratulations.
What I'm doing influences what I'm aiming for in the next steps. I think I'm a really open person. One of our core values at INNOArchitect is craziness. I think I'm the one responsible for that. So I'm not that how you say noir puffta dude. I really like to provoke people to help them coming up with their potential. Yes, I'm not the too easygoing guy, even though I'm really easygoing. But I expect a lot from people, and I think I give a lot back to the people. So I think this is part of what makes me special.
Cool start. The whole podcast. You can make a little backslash to INNOArchitects, where you start actually, and how did the whole organizational develops, how the culture developed, and what kind of changes did you had with INNOArchitects?
Yeah. I like to go back a little bit. So it was 2014. That means eight years ago now, when we founded INNOArchitect. The story was Pifu. Maybe you already met him. He founded INNOArchitect as a one-man show in 2013. We know each other. We knew each other from Post. I was like 10 years ago. I was responsible for innovation management at Post Finance, and Pifu was responsible for the whole innovation system at Swiss Post, the concern, the corporate. So we already were in contact. I was then in Berlin. I was for 3 years. I worked in Berlin as an innovation strategy consultant internationally. Then I came back, and we saw each other again at a party of a good common friend. That was summer 2014, and he was complaining. People was complaining. He said, "Okay, I founded my own company. I have so much to do. I have so many customers, and they all want me. They all need me, and it's just too much." And I was really relaxed because I came back from Berlin after quite a hard illness. I survived, luckily, and I was totally relaxed, and I was open to explore the life and everything. And I said him, I would be around. So if you need someone, because I know what you're doing, I know the business, and I'm planning for something new, so just give me a call. And 2 weeks after, I was in a holiday in Croatia, I think, with my friends. And then he called me and said, "Okay, you told me at the party you would be responsible, and I have a customer." It was IWB, the electricity, how you say, the electricity of Basel, like IWB. And he said, "Okay, could you join? Maybe we win it. We're gonna win it, or we're not gonna win it." And it was about the offering, and I did it. I supported him at the beach, and 2 weeks after, we were at the customer. Yes, we won the offer, and then we started working together. And I supported as a freelancer for the first 6 months, and then I entered as a partner. And then it was the two of us. It was just a two-man show, and we were around for like 1 year. We didn't have spaces like this, like offices or anything. We don't needed it. We most of our meetings were at the Angerlibeck, the Angerlibeck close to the station, and that was our meeting room. Because we didn't need facilities, because we were at the customer sites. We did our workshops and everything. We did there. We didn't need infrastructure. We didn't have any fixed cost. That was great.
Light business model.
That was really lean. Yeah, that was really lean. And after a while, we thought, okay, maybe we should get an office, but we don't want to pay for an office. And then I gave a call to Thierry Kneisler. He was my mentor at Post Finance. He's the one who founded Twint. You know Twint.
I use it also.
You also, yeah, I think everybody uses it. And we're really close friends, and he was my first mentor. And I gave him a call and said, okay, can we use your office? Because he was then in a startup mode with Twint. It wasn't called Twint then, it was Monexio, because it was just a project name. Twint came later. And the deal was we can use the office as much as we want, or as often as we want. And in exchange, we're gonna do the Christmas party for them. We're gonna organize the Christmas party. This is how it was, and everything was like this. It was really flexible and no fixed cost at all. We did a lot of small jobs for a lot of companies. That was the time PIFO came up with the name INNOArchitects. That was because of the innovation architecture, which consists of strategy, process, structures, communication, external environment. And we did consulting in all of those fields, being it innovation workshops, a lot of strategy work, some governance systems. We helped customers to build up. But it was just the two of us, so we weren't able to do the really, really big stuff. And after a while, Daniel, the guy over there, and then we founded INNOArchitects AG, and we founded it, the three of us. Before that, it was a GmbH, and after Daniel joined, that was in 2015, we founded INNOArchitects as a company, just the three of us. And we have had one employee. No, that was freelancer. We then, at this time, we had 3 or 4 freelancers. There was Pascu and Sophie and Sebastian. They were like freelancer for us. And that was also the time when we came up with the idea. And we worked a lot with freelancers. And that was quite an interesting model we had. And we changed that. I think that was one of the bigger mistakes with it. Probably my partners will not agree. I do. Because we had a model where we hired them, but they didn't get any salary. But they get 50% of their daily rate. 50% for them, 50% for us. And they were really like team members, but we didn't have the fixed cost risk at all. And they were more the people like freelancer, but really, really close freelancer. I mean, it's something different when you just freelance, say, okay, I cannot do this job. Or they were at the parties, at the big meetings. They were just like employees.
Kind of close, but
really,
in
but
another
still,
way, not.
But still flexible. Still flexible. And after 2 or 3 years, we changed that model because we were unsecure about, okay, do they really stay with us? Can we really bound them? We at this time had already like 10 fixed employees. Was that fair for the others? And we did quite a fast decision to say, okay, you can be a freelancer, but then you don't have any guarantees, or we hire you. It was more like, we need to hire you. It was not really like the 2 options. We gave 2 options, but it was not really 2 options.
And at the point when you start to hire, how everything went, how you led with power, how was your leadership style?
Leadership style. We're not the hierarchy on leaders, not at all. But we didn't have a system at all. It was really like Pifu, Danu, and myself, and Pifu is responsible for product development. Danu is for product development, Pifu for strategy, and I was responsible for the academy. We didn't have an academy, but we wanted to build up one, and the space. And I was responsible for the early stage product development together with Danu. And that was it, more or less.
So you led by responsibilities, kind of, or?
Yes, we tried. We tried to, but it wasn't really clear. I mean, it was 10 people. They were really, really great people, really flexible and autonomous. So it was not like we had to lead too much. We also had to let go quite some people, but it was more like from the space and the hosting, because the model changed and the roles changed, and we had some let-offs there. But Elsie was more like in those silos, like strategy, product development space, where we had like team meetings, then we had the bigger team meetings, but we were always at customers. We always were like in the mandates. We didn't really have a overhead. I mean, not much. Overhead was more like the celebrations and the parties. And I think once every 2 weeks there was a team meeting where we all fit in this room there, but only the half. It was this size, with like 12 people, and there was like an update. Everybody said, okay, what are you doing? Okay. It didn't help a lot, but we were informed, and the communications ways were so short. We didn't need any structure. We did some goal setting, but that was funny. We just once in a year we said, okay, what is the target for next year? And then we surpassed it by factor 3. It was the first 2 years were like, it didn't make any sense, because we had so many jobs, and the factory was so big. Because if you do like a factory sprint is about 50,000 Swiss francs for one team, with everything UX and dev. And then we did 6 of that, and then Danu came up with the whole incubation, where it's towards product market fit and scaling, and those tickets are even bigger, and the factory was full. The whole year was booked through. Every 3 weeks there was another sprint with 4 to 6 teams. I mean, we were just way we didn't have the capacity, or we tried to manage the capacity, so we didn't need strategy or a really straight strategy, because we just had too much work.
Fully booked.
Yeah, fully booked. So how it was more managing that people don't burn out.
Yeah, exactly. That was my question. How you, or for you personally, what helps you in these hard times, or really, really fully booked calendars? What was important for you, for your team to stay healthy, to manage that you have a good balance?
It's a good question. I don't really know how we survived this time, because it was really crazy. And it was also a lot of repetition. I think that was more the stuff that bored me out a little bit, because it was really a sprint, and the other week another sprint, and maybe 1 week of break. And then it was not a break. We just did other consultancy stuff. And then again, and always this sprint mode in front of 30 people, 50 people, and you are facilitating it. It took a lot of energy, but it also gave a lot of energy back, because we had so much fun. It was really so much fun. I think also because it wasn't that structured as it is now, and for the customer, it was really like an event. I mean, it was like they never did it, and they came here for 1 week. And for them, it was really like, that's crazy. I never worked like this. That's so much fun. That's so hard. And that gave a lot of energy back. So I think that was I think it was really the fun part.
It was really also intrinsic motivation. So it gives you a lot of back. I feel that, okay.
It was really fun. And all we really have great customers. I think we don't have the typical corporate customer or employees, if there is a typical corporate, because we have the open ones, the ones that really want to change, that really want to progress. Sure, when we have the management here, it's not that they cry hooray all the time, not at all. They're conservative, but I think the space did a really, really great job to bring them out of their current situation. And this is how we managed also to have the most stubborn manager to really, really jump or hop on this journey. I think that was really as well the space and the environment, because if we did that at the corporate side, I think the fun part and the transformation part would be like 10% of what we achieved. So
remaining the time also, like where is INNOArchitects today now? if I can make a little jump in the base today, because you have a really interesting model how you kind of lead or not.
Or not lead.
Michi mentioned it a little bit, but can you explain it to us how your organization structure is today?
Yes, I can try. It was 3 years from now, 3 years ago. Bifu, then I myself discussed on facilitation of Andreas, that's a colleague of Michi, which is really, really, he's really, really fit in all those role models, holacracy, sociocratic models, because he led that at Swisscom at the top management level. And he facilitated a workshop. We did that every year about our personal perspectives. And we say, okay, we want to really put responsibility on more shoulders. Because it was still, Bifu, Dano and myself, about sales acquisition, it was 99% us. But we had a lot of talents. We didn't have so much senior persons as we have now. And we said, okay, we need to change something, because else we burn out. After 5 years, after 6 years, and all the acquisition and all the still the operational work, we still were at workshops every day, and still the whole responsibility for the people, for the organization, for the acquisition, that was like too much. And we said, okay, we want to in 3 years from now, we want to be at another place. We want to step back a little bit. We want to let go those operational roles a little bit, not fully, because we love to do all those workshop stuff still, but we want to really spread responsibility on more shoulders. And this is where we came up with the role model. Is a combination, and we did our own combination. We analyzed, okay, do we want to? I mean, on the right hand side, there's the classical hierarchical way, and we were more or less like this. We didn't have like the boxes and everything, but still, it was what we knew from our corporate and leadership careers.
Of course, yeah.
This is what we knew. This is what we did. This is what you're doing now. And on the other side, there was the full holacratic models, and we knew we're not. We still want to decide. We want to lead. We love democracy, but still, in the end, someone has to take responsibility. And so we figured out a model in between. And this is where we came up with the circles and the role. So it's a lot informed by holacratic systems, but it's kind of combination. And this is something a lot of corporates now going into, because they cannot manage the switch from hierarchical to sociocratic models. That wouldn't make sense, because the step is too big, and transformation is a stepwise process. So what we did here is also like I think a role model, a reference for a lot of corporate teams. Because it's a combination. We have the circles, we have the circle academy, strategy, space. We have like roles that are in betweens, like the INNOArchitects board. This is like the Geschäftsleitung, the management board. We have the CEO role, which is Bifu, Danu, and myself. We call that INNOleads. It's not one CEO, it's 3 CEOs, and we don't call it CEO. That also plays a riddle.
And the circle kind of business units, or like
exactly, it's like business role, and then you have roles. So myself, I think I have like 7 or 8 roles. I'm a trainer at the academy. I'm a coach. that is a role. I'm a mentor also internally. I have some leadership roles that I'm doing, but we have also roles like a responsibility like for the whole administration, or also for like the fun part. So you really structure all your responsibility and you cluster them in roles. And it's like, I see, it's like in a movie or in a theater, you can play different roles. And a person can have different roles, and the role can be done or played by different people. And that is like a continuous reorganization. So we don't have a reorg and we change everything, because it's like a continuous reorganization. There's a new role because we have a new strategy or everything, and then you talk. There is a governance meeting and say, okay, who's gonna play that role? Is it a elected role, or is it defined role and a placed role? And who's gonna be in charge of this role? And you don't also just have roles within your circle. You have roles in the different circles. This is how we wanna come away from the silos, from this business unit. And that works out really, really well. That changed a lot, but it was a hard way to get there. Because first we say, okay, it makes sense, but you still do what you're doing.
Change is not going.
Genau, exactly. And I think that one of the biggest advantage is really when you really play this role game. Because if you're in a meeting, it's not Hannes with his opinion. It always is, the question is, from what role am I speaking? And maybe I don't have anything to add because I don't have a role, which is important for the conversation now. And then I just shut up. And if I don't facilitate, to say shut up. And so the role of Andreas was really, really important, because if we didn't have such a great facilitator in the beginnings, we wouldn't be able to live it. Because still there would be my opinion and I think and it really changes if someone facilitates, say, okay, no, it's not the time for this role. The next meeting you have your 5 minutes, and it's really structured. Also the discussions in the INNOA board, in the Geschäftsleitung, they're really, really structured, because a lot of people think, okay, everybody can contribute, there is no decision, but that's not true at all. It's much more structured than the classical way of work, because they don't really have those rules. We have like a operation systems which is like 30 pages, which is crazy. You don't go there and read it, but there would be like a Verfassung, an operation system. There are so many rules in it. But after a while, you need to know that the most basic rule, that it's important in which role are you. Can you contribute out of this role, or can you not? Do you have decision power out of this role in this setting, or you don't? And it's not much more, but it gives you a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, maybe. Also regarding the time, I mean, it's very interesting to hear you talking, and at the beginning you started that you're responsible for the craziness, and it's also one of the core values of this company. Maybe we close with this question from my side. Why is it important for your company, or for companies in general, to be a little bit crazy? Because when I think a lot about work, it's about you have to do it, and let us hear your opinion.
What is your opinion to that? I would be interested in your opinion.
Yeah, for me personally, I sometimes have the tendency to take myself too serious. So it would be definitely to be more crazy, and to see it as a playground, or to see it as a fun park, because you spend so much time at work, so it should be pleasurable. Yeah. That would be my answer. Yeah.
Nothing to add to that, or what about you?
No, I think I'm in the same opinion. I think craziness and madness is important sometimes, but then also, of course, when it comes to structure, or to business cases which are important, sometimes it's not easy to take yourself not too serious. So you have two sides, but I think the crazy side makes us, and also you at INNOArchitects, special in a way. Like think out of the box, be sometimes crazy, don't go the normal way you go, as also Michi says, hey, he's someone, also you challenge, you're not going the normal way. Of course, what way is normal also, but like for me, I'm going left, right, and I think this makes us special. That's my opinion.
I'm absolutely with you. I think it's a combination. It just we're not like a crazy agency and only do crazy stuff. It wouldn't work because we're working with corporates. We do serious business. That is so important. But it's more like the attitude. Because if we're just doing what the other consultants are doing in a way the others are doing it, then we're just another consultancy. And I think this is so important because we don't need to be, because we are not. We are not this kind of people. And I think my mission is a little bit that we don't forget. Because if we grow bigger and we do all this top management stuff, then it's quite hard to not forget. But I think my role is, I'm the chief craziness officer maybe, to really keep this spirit going, because we do so much really great and serious business, so we don't have to let go the fun part.
Yeah, so nice. And maybe a last question from my side. You explained how your organizational structure is. Maybe the question here, in your opinion, what kinds of skills do you need to feel safe, to feel okay in these systems? And what you have to bring with you? Because I think you have to know yourself really good, or is that just a saying that it's not true in your opinion? My side.
That is, I'm not really sure if there is more uncertainty. As I said before, there is a lot of rules. And a lot of playing obligations. So I think you are more safe in this system than in a hierarchical system where it's not really clear. Because, it's maybe the boss is deciding, but you are so dependent on his opinion or her opinion. And that brings a lot of uncertainty with it. And when we spread responsibility, I think it's easier for people that really like to take responsibility. I mean, this is something you need to, you cannot hide in the system. In other systems, maybe a little bit more, maybe not. But I think confidence, certainty is not a big issue. I think it's much more when you have a power guy up there and you're so dependent on his mood, on his way he's communicating, on his or her way he's integrating the people, and that would give me much more uncertainty, unless you really have a great boss. But and so you're dependent on much more people, but I think that really helps spreading responsibility and giving more confidence, because it's not just you and me and dependent on you, because we're dependent on each other, and we are a team. So that gives me safety, and I think team would also confirm. Ask them.
Surely we will. Yeah, we will stay here a little bit longer in this very beautiful space. Yeah, thank you from my side, and I give the ball to you.
Thank you so much, Hannes, that you took the time. Now you will run to the next workshop. I wish you a really nice day, and see you soon.
Thank you very much. It was great talking to you guys. Thank you.